Why are some instruments tuned to different keys? Hello and welcome to Jim Lab App Stoplight Music Theory. I can tell you why instruments have different keys. What I cannot tell you is why the certain keys are pretty much locked now. In the olden days, Western instruments were not designed to play 12-tone equal temperament, which is a way to play all 12 notes and all the keys in Western music equally. They were built usually for the specific scale, and a lot of folk European instruments are still like this. They're pretty much built for the key. If there's one or two notes that are different, usually can do some alternate fingering to get it. If all of your notes are outside of the natural notes of the instrument, it's very awkward to play. A lot of times they'll have one that's pitched a step up or a step down so that most of them will be covered. Now that's usually for winds. Brass is even more limited. Originally was limited to open notes with no valves. The only way to change the notes other than the natural notes was to change the length of your tube so that your F horn would become an E-flat horn. The reason why things are written that way is so the player can have both instruments and not have to learn different fingerings. So a C is fingered the same way, even though it sounds like a B-flat on a B-flat clarinet or an A on an A clarinet. The saxophone was specifically invented for this purpose. I think the saxophone fingerings were based on the flute fingerings when they were invented. The idea was someone could play flute and then learn saxophone without having to learn all new fingerings. I don't think they're exactly the same, but I think they're pretty close. Of course, it's a reed instrument, so you have a different technique getting the sound. If you play tuba, tough luck. You have to play concert pitch whether your tuba is pitched in B flat or F. It's a trombone, a natural B flat instrument, but you read in concert pitch. For all the other instruments, your fingerings are the same. They're just transposed differently. Now the question is, of all the keys, why do we currently use the B flat trumpet and the B flat clarinet? I'm not sure about that. Why not just have a C saxophone and a C trumpet and a C clarinet? There are C trumpets in orchestra. That's probably the most common of the transposed instruments that have C versions. If I were to venture a wild guess, at least in the United States, it's that marches were written in flat keys, and so they were easy to play on flat instruments, but I really don't know why the non-C instruments are the ones that are standard today. It's too much effort to change. It would involve remaking all the instruments, remaking all the music. Anyway, hope that answers it. Someone asked this before, so I thought I'd answer it again, more completely, I hope.